So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Action Comics number 310, published in March 1964 with story by Leo Dorfman and art by Jim Mooney. Mr. Danvers, thanks for all you've done for our daughter, but now that we've escaped from the survival zone, Supergirl will come live with us, of course. Giving up our foster child won't be easy, Zor-El, but we'll do it. Oh, if that's what she wants. I love both sets of parents. How can I choose between them? For years, Supergirl has believed herself to be an orphan. In her secret identity as Linda Lee Danvers, she has grown up to young womanhood in the home of her beloved foster parents, Mr. and Mrs. Danvers. Then one day, fate reaches into a phantom world to rescue Zor-El and Alora, Supergirl's real parents, or Supergirl's real father and mother, and a tormented girl must make the heartbreaking choice between Supergirl's rival parents. One day, in the home of Linda Lee Danvers, secretly Supergirl. My X-ray vision has located the wedding ring you lost, Mother. It must have slipped from your finger into the drain of the kitchen sink. Oh, Linda dear, how can I ever thank you? After Linda cuts the pipe with her heat vision and salvages the ring. Isn't she wonderful, Fred? I know becoming an orphan was the tragedy of Linda's life. She's right in listening distance, even if she didn't have super hearing. But we're the luckiest people on Earth to be Supergirl's foster parents. Without her, life wouldn't be worth living. You're only going to have her for a short period of time. Well, I wonder what they'd say if they knew what I've just discovered. My real parents are still alive. Switching to Supergirl, she flashes towards Superman's Arctic fortress. I thought my parents died when Argo City perished. Now I've learned they survived the disaster, but all these years have been trapped in an invisible dimension. I'll ask the people of Kandor to aid me. Within the fortress stands the city of Kandor, once shrunken to tiny size and imprisoned in a bottle by Brainiac, the ruthless space villain. I'll use Superman's reducing ray to shrink me to microscopic size. A timing device will reverse the ray's action and enlarge me to normal after I emerge from the bottle. Presently, a mote of a figure floats down from the mouth of the bottle. In Kandor's environments, I have no superpowers, but this parachute will lower me safely to the city. In Kandor, Supergirl tells her exciting news to the Council of Elders. They really should put up some kind of mechanism to get people up to the bottle top. It's true, my parents survived the doom of Argo City. They're alive this very moment. But Supergirl, you know that radiation poisoning killed everyone in Argo City. How can you be sure your parents are still living? It all began with weird dreams that kept reoccurring to me. Kara, we're alive, in the zone. Troubled by the dreams, I used the chronoscope invented by Superman to search the past and try to discover the real fate of my parents. There is Krypton exploding moments after Jor-El saved his son Kal-El by launching him toward Earth in a rocket. The explosion also hurled away Argo City, enclosed in a bubble of air. But the eruption had made the ground under Argo City radioactive. However, my father, the scientist Zor-El, found the solution. Quickly, unroll this sheet lead from my laboratory. It will block the radiation, enabling our people to live. It was several years afterward that Zor-El married the beautiful Alora, and I, Kara, was born. Into the house, Alora. A meteor swarm is smashing holes in the lead shield, thus releasing the fatal radiation. But I have one hope. When the chronoscope revealed a fact I never knew before. By my calculations, this ray gun should project us into a new invisible dimension, a survival zone which should protect the people of Argo City from destruction. It's like the Phantom Zone, into which we project our criminals, except this zone is on another wavelength. But nothing's happening. Your ray gun is a failure. In desperate haste, my father built a space rocket and launched me toward Earth just as the final wave of radiation engulfed Argo City. Farewell, Kara. We're doomed, but at least you will survive. My father, mother, and the people of Argo City are dying. I'm an orphan of space now. Sob. I'd always believed my parents had perished with the others, but now, as I watched the chronoscope, the survival zone worked after all. The radiation caused a delayed reaction. We'll be safe in this invisible dimension. Mother, father, they never died on Argo City. They're alive in the survival zone. As Supergirl finishes her story, so Zor-El and Alora are safe. What wonderful news. How thrilling to know that they both survived the doom of Argo City. Zor-El was a friend of mine. He often visited Kandor. You must try to get your parents out of that invisible dimension at once. But how can I get them out of that unseen dimension? when I don't even know how to find it? I haven't had a telepathic dream message from my parents for days. Wait, perhaps we can help you locate the lost dimension. This hyperspeed computer may assist us. We'll have to print all the information we have about your parents, Zor-El and Laura, on this program tape, and we'll include all the data you can give me on the survival zone. Presently, as the computer analyzes the facts, according to the machine, an ion storm in deep space has caused the survival zone to drift toward the memorial planet New Krypton. Great galaxies, this is the planet that Superman and I built, a perfect copy of Krypton, which was to be a monument to our home planet. Bidding a hasty goodbye, Supergirl emerges from the bottle by means of jets. I must go to the memorial planet at once. I'll take off as soon as this reverse ray enlarges me to normal size. Moments later, as Supergirl streaks toward a distant galaxy. There it is, the uninhabited world which Superman and I turned into an exact duplicate of Krypton. Down to the last detail. The survival zone is somewhere close by, even though I don't see it. But as Supergirl lands, she receives the shock of her life. Kara, our dear daughter, we're so glad to see you. Mother, Dad, then you survived, or you escaped from the survival zone. How wonderful. It's been so long. How we've missed you. Survival zone? We don't know what you mean. We've never left this planet since you created us as part of the android population, Supergirl. I remember now. You are merely android copies of my parents, and my real father and mother are still trapped in the invisible world. Perhaps I'd better explain from the beginning. As Supergirl tells her story, the androids lead her to a lab where, when you duplicated Krypton, Superman made a copy of this experimental lab and equipped it with several untested inventions. Perhaps some of them can help you contact your real parents. For instance, this thought-casting helmet may help you visualize your parents and their telepathic messages. And this vibro projector is supposed to send you into any dimension you desire momentarily, but it's not perfected yet. I'll try that thought-casting helmet first. I want to contact my parents as soon as possible. As Supergirl dons the helmet, two vague shapes appear. Kara, daughter, listen. Instructions. Ray zone gun. Free us. Father, mother, I can hardly see you, and I can't understand what you're thought-casting. There must be something wrong with this helmet. Desperately, Supergirl turns to the androids for help. I can't get through to them here. Use this vibro projector on me and send me into the survival dimension so I can understand my father's instructions on how to release him from the zone. No, I can't use that projector on you. It's not perfected yet. You would be in deadly danger. As an android, which I have created, you are ordered to do my bidding. I order you to use that vibro projector on me at once. Understand? Very well, if those are your orders, Kara. But the android instantly aims the gun at in another direction, and great Krypton, that projector is dissolving the Zor-El android into a shower of molecular particles. Oh, he sacrificed his life for me. I tried to warn you, Supergirl. That's exactly what would have happened to you if you had been struck by the vibrations of the gun. Suddenly, Mother, Father, what's happening? You seem to be disappearing. It's the zone, caught in the cosmic Gulf Stream, drifting back toward Earth. Follow us there. We'll meet you on Earth. Need rare elements for the ray gun. Try to release us from the survival zone. They're vanishing toward Earth. I'd better head back for home at once. Soon afterward, as Supergirl streaks earthward, her intuition detects her loved ones close by. Mother, Father, I feel you are somewhere near me. I know I'll find some way to get you out of that dimension prison. That evening, after Supergirl arrives at home and greets her foster parents, the Danvers. We're going to a movie. Want to come along, dear? No, I have an important experiment to perform in my laboratory. I hate to work behind their backs, but I must find some way of bringing my Kryptonian parents into the real world. Presently in the basement lab, this ultra-sensitive radar screen for national defense. If I make the circuits a bit more sensitive, I may be able to detect my real parents and to hear their voices if they are anywhere about. As Supergirl activates the hypersensitive screen, suddenly it works. Those blips on the screen have detected the unseen outline of my father and mother. Mother, Dad, you can speak to me telepathically. This device will translate your messages into sound. And from the lost world of the survival zone comes a familiar voice. Kara, daughter, we hear you clearly now. Listen carefully now, and I will tell you how to build an ionic ray that will release us from the zone. Hurry, Father. I'll follow your directions exactly. I have the most advanced electronic devices in this lab to help us. Under Zor-El's direction, Supergirl's hands work at super speed. Excellent, Kara. Now weld the energy coil to the molecular calibrator. It's delicate work, Father. I must adjust my heat vision to pinpoint accuracy. But moments later, as the basement door swings open gently. Father, Mother, the release ray is ready. In just a moment, I'll have you free. Hurry, Kara. We've been imprisoned in this dimension ever since Argo City perished. Yes, unknown to Supergirl, her foster parents have returned home early now. Fred, Supergirl's Kryptonian parents are still alive. If they enter the real world, they'll take her from us. We can't let that happen. Hush, dear. We can't interrupt her at this critical moment. It could mean disaster to her real parents. Then the most dramatic moment of Supergirl's career. One more thing before you activate that ray, Kara. Are you sure you have enough power to energize the coils? More than enough, Father. Get set when I throw this switch, and you and Mother will be materialized into the real world. So we will see in part 2 whether Supergirl is successful in getting her parents out of the survival zone.